guys, welcome back for another video. It's Paige and I'm here today with a tag that I think I created, but if you've seen it somewhere else, I'm sorry. I just kind of thought about this and it sounded cute. Also, my husband's back in the background getting water. This is kind of a tag, kind of a cute little video that I thought of. Hopefully it's original. If not, sorry. But it's books I'd want to play as a video game. So I have 12 categories of video games. I love video games. I love playing them. My husband loves video games. So maybe I'll ask him to do this kind of tag. Again, right now he's kind of tired, so I'm not going to make him do it. But I have 12 categories and I'm going to go through each one of them and tell you what kind of book you should be looking for if you want to do this type of tag. So let's get started. The first category I have is survival horror. So think of The Last of Us, and it is a book that gave you a creepy and that gave you creepy and scary moments. So I would say the Monster of Selkirk series by C.E. Clayton. This is more of an action book, but there were a lot of creepy and scary moments throughout the series, and I think it would be really, really cool to have them in like The Last of Us kind of format where you could journey through. Thank you, honey. through a storyline and defeat elves and stuff like that. Yeah. The next category is multiplayer online battle arena, kind of like League of Legends, and it is a book where you don't know which side you agree with the most. So for this one, and I don't have the book, I think I accidentally unhauled it, was Zoo by James Patterson. And basically, if you don't know what Zoo is a book where animals start attacking humans and they go into like this rage because of reasons that our main characters try to figure out. So throughout the book, you can kind of see both sides of both sides. You can see why the animals are increasingly upset. You can also see why the humans are very upset that the animals are attacking them. And at the end, you don't know really which side that you agree with the most, because you kind of see it both ways. The next category is stealth games. So think of Thief or Assassin's Creed for this, and it is a book with a sneaky spy. Now I've not read this, but going off of the blurb, I think this book matches it. This description, but it is Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wein. It has been on my TBR for years. I have heard nothing but good about this, and I really, really want to read this book one day. The next category I have are rhythm games, so think Dance Dance Revolution, and it is a book with elegant dancing in it. Winter Song, which is based on Labyrinth, both of which have really elegant dancing in them. This book is beautifully written, and it is a very beautiful fantasy story as well. I like this book. I really did, and I love the romantic aspects of this book. Right, the next category is shooter games, so think Call of Duty, and it is books with lots of violence in it. So I chose Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Lots of violence. This could easily be a shooter game. It could be a game that has like fantasy elements, so you can play as Nina as well. You can sneak around, so it would qualify as a stealth game. You can just shoot people outright, like Jasper does. I mean, you can do it all with this book as a video game. Wouldn't it be so cool to play a Dregs character as a video game character? The next book I have are platformer games. So think Mario, Donkey Kong, or Alice in Madness Returns. And it is a book with lots of changing scenes in it. So I have This Mortal Coil by Emily Suvada. This book takes place over a myriad of different places, and it would be an excellent platformer in my opinion. There's a human that's blowing up, you can just jump over them like Mario. Doo! Or maybe like you can like jump on their head like those little mushroom Goomba guys, be like boom, explode, fury of blood everywhere. The next category is fighter games, so think Street Fighter. And I have on here a book where two sides are equally opposed. Renegades by Marissa Meyer, one of my new favorite books. Absolutely love this. Both sides have their strengths and weaknesses, and both are very equal in what I would assume would be combat. As the next book has a combat between these two teams, I am going to be so pumped to read it. The next category is text adventure games, so think Undertale, or I guess Pokemon would qualify somewhat. And it is basically a book that you could read over and over again. So I have two. I have two because I don't have the book for one of them. The one that I originally thought of is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. I had this as a Kindle Exchange book, so I had to pass that book on, unfortunately, and I'm not replenished it. But it was one of my favorite books in 2017, and it would be really cool to kind of guide Justice through simple, different objectives throughout the game. The book that I'm choosing for this is Reign the Earth by A.C. Goggin. Absolutely love it. This is a beautiful book. It would be a beautiful text-based adventure book where you have limited choices in what you could do. So you could either like go up, go left, go right, you know, whatever. And I think it would work very well with these two books. The next category that I have is visual novels. So a lot of the anime-esque games that you can find on Steam. Kind of an example of this, not really, is kind of a Doki Doki Literature Club. But basically it is a book that was visually appealing inside and out. And it would be the Selection series by Kiera Cass. I'm not a big contemporary fan, so when I find a contemporary that I like, I talk about it all the time. The Selection series is that, and I think it would fit very well into that style of video game, where it is basically a try and make the main characters fall in love with you type book, movie, no, type video game. There we go. The next category is MMORPG, so think EVE Online, which is probably one of my husband's favorite video games. And it is a book where the characters go to a world better than the one they live in. I have two for this because they are both quite similar. Warcross by Marie Lu and Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. In both of these, there is a very strong online presence that many of the people in these worlds go to escape the everyday life, and that our main characters are the masters of. I would absolutely love to go to any world in Ernest Cline's book. I'm not sure if I want to go play Warcross, but any world in Ernest Cline's Ready Player One, I would just love. And I can't wait for the movie that is coming out for this. The next category is Sandbox RPG. So think the Fallout series by Bethesda? I don't know. Think the Fallout series. And it is a book with lots of side objectives and multiple things that are all going on at once. And I don't have the book, but It by Stephen King would definitely fit into this. There is a lot going on throughout that book, and so it takes a lot of concentration to kind of keep all the individual story plot points separate, because they all do kind of come together at the end. But it would be a very cool game to play as an open world, or you know, just anything, because in Fallout you can kind of go and do all these side quests and just kind of roam around and kind of skip around and do the main objective later. I think it would fit perfectly into that, because you could go explore Derry and go see all the different things that it is doing, and kind of maybe flash back and forward throughout time. It would be really cool. And my last category is free-to-play games, so think Candy Candy so think Candy Crush, which is a book you received for free that was fun and lighthearted. This one, it's not really that fun and lighthearted, but it made me happy a lot more times than it made me sad. And it is Wonder Kids by Jacqueline Sylvester, one of my favorite authors of 2017. And it is basically about this girl who gets accepted to a boarding school, and it's not as it seems, but it is still very cute, very whimsical at times, especially when her and a couple of her best friends get together. And this would be kind of like a cute little game to play as well, like kind of like a cute little game to like go around the school and do the things and then run from the evil and all that fun stuff, and all for free on like a little app that you can carry on your phone. And then you have to delete because your phone runs out of room because it won't recognize the SD card in your phone as an adequate place to store stuff. Those are the books that I would love to see as video games. Now, is this gonna happen? Probably not. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you again. Bye!